Greetings everyone, welcome back to the Lord of the Rings LCG playthrough. We've moved on to the road Darkens, which is the second half of the first novel, Fellowship of the Ring. This is the events of after they make the Fellowship, going to the mines of Moria and Gandalf's demise. Now I really wanted to take death of Gandalf, and I'm playing the campaign mode, so to do that I had to incur a penalty and change things around. No matter how hard I tried, putting Gandalf as a hero didn't quite work, and he's a really cool character and I really wanted to use him, but the 14 starting threat was just too much, and it didn't really work. I had a Gandalf and the Eagles deck made. I used Gandalf, Merry and Pippin, and the Eagles, and it was kind of fun, but I want to keep the campaign theme going on here, so I'm keeping the same deck. I changed a couple of cards around, but it's mostly the same. So if we are playing campaign mode, which means that all the burdens are in the encounter deck that I earned from the last Saga expansion, including Gandalf's Delay, which gives me a less card in my starting hand. We have our hobbits down here again, with a good synergy hobbit deck. A new Frodo. His ability is you can exhaust, defend attack, exhaust one ring, spend one resource from him, target attack an enemy, and then it deals no damage, and each player is attacked by 2. So I can use him to cancel an attack to raise a threat. Out the screen there we have the One Ring, Mr. Underhill boon card from the last expansion, which prevents damage. We've also got the Noble Hero boon, which is a permanent attached to the hero, gives him +1 willpower and the noble trait. That's on Sam. So let's go through this campaign so far. So we've got the Council of Elrond. The first part of the ring goes south, which reads: in the House of Elrond, the evil wound that Frodo received at Weathertop is healed, and he is reunited with his uncle Bilbo. But the Wrong Ring cannot remain hidden in Rivendell for long. So Lord Elrond summons a council to decide what should be done to protect the free people of Middle-earth. Lust of the Ring, Redhorn Pass, Doors of Durin, and Watching the War outside out of play. So we've got a few things out of play before we start. I just want to let you know this expansion so far has been really hard. There's some tough enemies, some tough encounters. I played for the 3 scenarios, so I got a brief idea of how they work, and they are really hard. So let's see how we go. So this questing part is really unusual. It's really strange. Rather than having a threshold or do something for you complete it, you essentially at the start of the planning phase, which is when you actually play cards after drawing the cards, take the top card of your deck and place it face up in front of you. And then when there are 4 or more cards down, you advance, and then you basically have to pick one to put into play, one to put into your hand, one to discard, one back into your deck. It's a really weird way of having a quest to start off with, but it's a good. You're going to need it on this quest because it's quite tough. So let's. We also get to include some boons into our deck. We have Sting, the Mithril Shirt, Glamdring, and Anduril. We get add one to our hand, put the rest into our own deck. So I've chosen Sting. Attached to a Hobbit hero, restricted. We get +1 to all the stats. After the exhaust, defend, and attack, it's got a top card of the counter deck and deal damage to a second creature enemy equal to the discarded card's threat value, which is a really good idea. Now, I'm not going to put us on Frodo, because in this scenario, we'll explain later, Frodo gets taken by the Watcher in the Water, as you know from the film and the book. So, at some point in this, Frodo's going to be taken away from us, so you don't want to focus much on Frodo in the first couple of rounds. Maybe don't put attachments to him, don't get too attached to him because you're going to get lost. So we'll draw up and we will get ready. So that's our starting hand. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I only draw 5 cards because of this I get 1 less. Apart from Sting, got a fast hitch, which is great. It's just for 1 week of ready hobby characters, just instantly. I like Frodo's Intuition because it makes me give all the heroes +1 willpower and draw a card. Basically I draw 4 cards. I've got pretty good willpower to start off with, really, of these. Defender of Rammas is from the Heirs of Numenor. It's a great card just for defense. This is the Overhill Underhill Gandalf, which is great because you don't exhaust to get to a quest, so you basically get 4 questing power every turn. But in the refresh phase, discard him. If not, raise your threat by 2. And Eren Rider, because it's a really cheap ally, and if I want to, in a pinch, I can move resources around with him. So we're going to start with this. So I've got the resources ready. So we'll draw a card. It's the core set Gandalf, which is also good. It's a planning phase, so you put the top card face up, which is beyond. That's going to be really good because you can play him for free. He's a really good ally, but it costs a lot. So essentially, you can play him for free eventually. We'll put him just to the side there. We're going to play. Let's see. I don't play Gandalf just yet because I can save the resources. So we'll play Defender of Rammas for some defense. We'll put Fast Hitch down. We'll put Fast Hitch down on Merry. because I can ready in, because Moria has a lot of attack power. I'll just play Errand Rider just for some extra defense, just in case I really need it. That's it for now. We'll go to the questing. I don't need quest for a lot because there's nothing really out, but just in case we get something particularly nasty, we'll just quest for 5 of that. So 5. Okay, we have Eragon. Well, it's explored. Players as a group must discard X allies from play with X number of damage here. And you see this a lot in this scenario. A lot of locations have damage to them, which does extra effects. So keep an eye on the damage on locations as well. So be careful of that. No change there. We'll travel to here. End of the round. So I don't play Gandalf yet, even though it's a really good card, the Overhill Underhill Gandalf, because although he gets a lot of questing done and he's good for defense, I'm going to have to raise your threat quite a lot, and their strength is keeping the threat quite low. So we're on 21 threat still, so we're pretty good. So we'll draw a card. We have a Gildor Inglorian. I won't play that just yet. We'll just wait. We will play. Let's see. There we go. So planning phase. Top card is Andoril. This is obviously the famous sword. Attached to a noble hero or Aragon. Gets one to all the stats after attack in which the attached hero defends resolves. Exhaust this, target the enemy that just attacked, and declare attached hero as an attacker. So we get basically a free attack, which is pretty good. So we're going to play. You know what? We'll play Gildor. Well, that's fine. We'll play that. That'll do for now, I think. I don't play Gandalf just yet, so we're going to quest again just for 5. Actually, do a bit more just in case. So 5, 6, 7. 8, 9, 10. Tree Crowned Hill. Really cool artwork on that card. Zets location. Each enemy gets -1 to their engagement cost. When it's explored, players as a group exhaust X characters where X number of character damage here. Number damage place. So we've got 10. -3 is 7. -4, that's gone. No damage there, so we're safe. We'll travel there. We'll ready up. We have to pay 1 to keep Gildor into play. 2. Gain a resource, all the characters, and draw a card. Too high. Like I said, I'm using these green dice because I just find them really easy to see, especially when you look at the camera on the camera. Gondorian Shield is going to be really handy. So onto the planning phase. So top card again, an Errand Rider goes up there. No, we'll play Gildor. We'll also play the Gondorian Shield. We'll put that on Sam because many people have weak defense, so that's always handy. Okay, so we can't attach Andoril to anyone because they're not noble. Sam is noble. We could put that on Sam, but not yet. Okay, we'll leave that as we are. So we're going to quest again, just a bit more just in case. So 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 9, 10. We have one of the burden cards here. So attached to the ring bearer. Beginning of each quest phase, either exhaust the ring or build additional card this phase. Okay. Also has Surge. Hills of Holland. Is that the location? Each enemy in the station area gets +5 engagement costs. When it's explored, each player registers threat of each damage here. So 10 take away 4 is 6. Perfect enough for this. We'll travel to here. Ready up. Spend a resource to keep Gildor into play. So Gildor is free, but obviously you spend a resource, so when Bilbo goes, they're going to go as well. We'll draw a card. Okay, Alstone, which is a good card, attached to a location, gives extra quest points, but when it leaves the play, you get put an ally into play for free. That can be pretty good with Gandalf, really, because it's going to go soon. So, top card deck for the card, Hobbit Sense. I love Hobbit Sense. Basically, skip combat phase. Play only if each hero you holds a hobbit, but you get to skip the combat phase, which is pretty fun. Sneak past them all. Okay, so we have one more card for that's finished. So we're going to play the Alstone on this, so it has 5 instead of 4. We're going to stick a Sting on Merry, making stronger. We're going to leave that as it is. I'm going to quest again. Questing for 11 this time because of the Sting. So 11. An enemy here, Crambrain from Dunland. When revealed, either exhaust a hero control or engage. I think we'll engage. So instant engage. Forced after it engages a player, it will start calling counter deck. Okay, so I have a Bitter Cold, a weather card here. Each player must choose either this card each ally he controls, or raise threat by 1 for each ally he controls. Discard each ally. I can't, that's too much. I'm going to raise the threat by 3. I love the Hobbit deck. The threat is so low. I'm only 26 so far. It's such a low threat. Okay, so this is easily gone, explored. We get put an ally into play for free. We'll use the Overhill Underhill Gandalf. This guy attacks. We're going to defend with Defend and Ramos because 4 defense. It's such a high defense. Shadow card is nothing. We'll swim back with Gandalf. Can I do that? Yeah, I'll swim back with Gandalf. That goes. I should have drew a card because I engaged that. After you engage. Drew a card off that. Ready up. I should have ready up Sam, but I didn't need to. So ready up. I exhausted the ring for that burden, but it didn't make a difference because nothing really changed. The ring was exhausted. It was our play, you couldn't see there. The ring was exhausted. Get a resource, 2, 3, 4, and 3. Draw a card, 27 threats. We've got Faramir, which is a classic great card to have. Start the planning phase, top card goes down, Steward of Gondor, I kind of want that. So, now there's 4 cards here, so I've got to choose 1 to play for free, 1 into my hand, 1 discard pile, and 1 back into the deck. I'm definitely going to play Bjorn for free, because he costs so much, but he has 6 attack, 6 defense, and her last resort, I think him 5 attack, just back into the deck, so I want that's really handy. I should have raised my threat by 2 because of Gandalf, so 129 threat, sorry. So, Steward of Gondor is just too essential. Hobbit Sense, go back into my deck, and I can discard Iron Rider, so we'll do that. So we've got quite a lot of stuff on the playing area for now. Okay. So this quest is immediately gone to the next stage. So we've done the Ringo South. We're on to the 9 Walkers now, which is really nice artwork on the card. It reads, the Celts decides the 1 ring must be cast into Mount Doom. Frodo has appointed 8 companions to help him complete his quest, and the company of the ring sets out from Rivendell into Hollin on their way to Mordor. Make Redhorn pass its location. The first player reveals cards from the encounter deck until they're at least X in the staging area where X has no players, so at least 2 X staging area. Okay, so Redhorn Pass. This is where they go along the mountains in the cold. Immune to player card effects. Once explored, each player assigns X damage and one of the characters he controls at X damage here. So we're going to start damaging locations soon, so we have to watch out for this. Okay, so that goes at the location. This reads, Hollin is no longer wholesome for us. It has been watched by Aragorn. During the travel phase, must travel to the location if able, and after an enemy engages a player, place 1 damage at the location if able. Okay, so that's got 8 on there and 6 on there, that's quite high. So we're definitely going to play Steward of Gondor. We'll play it on, it's not restricted, so play it on Sam, and exhaust it again to give him 2 resources. Because I know Frodo does go pretty soon, I'm not sure when it is. We'll, yeah, I want to get past this stage quite fast, so we're going to play the Intuition. Gives all heroes +1 to willpower, and draw 4 cards. 1, 2, 4. Got Boromir from the row Darkens, which is a good card. Feint, Dagger of Westnice, and then we'll have Faramir. Can't play them. Dagger of Westnice is pretty good. It's restricted. Could put it on Merry. We could turn Merry into a killing machine. He's already got 4, 5 attack. Let's do that. Let's put it on Merry. Let's make him a ultimate killing machine. So restricted attachment, so no more attachments to him. He has now got 4, 5, 6 attack at least. We can't play anything else pretty much, so we're just going to quest quite high. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 questing. So we have the Howling Warg. When it attacks, 1 damage at the location. It's got 38, so 16 minus 2 is 14. So 14 minus 6 is 8. That's that gone. No damage there. This is gone on 1 turn, which is pretty impressive. On to the next one. So that was pretty fast. But I don't want to linger too long because it's going to cause damage more quickly. So the hunter's up. Suddenly Aragorn leapt to his feet. How the wind howls, he cried. It is howling with wolf voices. The wolves have come west of the mountain. Each player chooses a counter deck and discard power for enemy as to station area. One of those must be the Great Warchief if able. So we've got to search for the Great Warchief. The fellowship has been hunted by ravenous wargs. So during the travel phase, we'll travel to location like before. After location enters play, place some damage on it. After energy engages a player, place damage at the location. It's going to damage the location quite a lot now. We have a lot of damage on locations. So first of all, we need the Great Warchief, which is going to be a big bad enemy. I can just see it coming. Where's the Warchief? Here he is. He's a big bad enemy. When I first played this game, this is Saga, when I was just trying it out, this is the enemy I got first, my first draw, and it kind of sucked, it's quite tough. Can't have attachments. After it engages you, discard cards counter deck until the walk enemy is discarded, put them into play engage with you. Okay, so that goes there. So we could actually engage the enemy here. We could do the Great Warchief. We'll get a second enemy though. You know what? I'm so confident in this Hobbit deck being such a badass deck. I'm going to engage the Great Warchief first. He's got one threat higher than us, just by one. That means he gets a ready Sam, give him +1 to all his stats. Draw a card as well. The Mithril shirt, attached to Ring Bearer, +1 defense and hit points, which is pretty cool. So after it engages, we do what do we do? Engage the player in a location. We discard cards until the warg enemy is discarded. Where's the warg enemy? There we go, another Howling Warg. That's not the way, that's not too bad. Okay, so we need to defend. It's got 5 attack, which is quite a lot. We're going to give up the Warg Rider, I think. Sorry, the Iron Rider, not Warg Rider. Shadow +1, yeah, that's fine. So Warg Rider, Iron Rider is gone. He's saying Warg Rider. Exhaust the ring for the encounter phase, sorry. So that's that done. Because the burden. I keep forgetting about the burden. That's exhausted. The ring's okay for not being exhausted, it's okay, we just can't use it for any abilities. So we can fight back now. We need to do 9 damage to kill this. We're going to exhaust Fast Hitch. So Mary has 4, 5, 6, actually 7 because he's got a higher engagement cost from our threat. So 7 with him. More than enough. Got so much firepower on the board. That's that gone. Okay, ready up, ready up. Refresh phase. We're going to pay 1 to not discard that. We're on 30 threat now. Still really low. We've got resources back for all of this deck so much. This is one of my favourite decks I've ever made, the Hobbit deck. Extra 2 threat because of Gandalf. Draw a card. We have Ballam Butterbur, which is an ally. We can get damage on him instead of a Hobbit if it's undefended. Okay, so what can we do now? So I kind of need more allies. We're going to exhaust through the Gondor. Let's get 5 on there. I could get out Faramir for extra questing power, which could be handy. I could get Boromir out too. You know what? We'll just flood the playing field allies. So we've got Boromir down. So Boromir is from the Road Darkens set. He's a pretty good ally. Has a lot of attack, 3, and quite a lot of health. Defends the enemy with high engagement cost and our threat. He gets +2 defense. So with the Hobbit deck, it works really well. It takes amount of damage, ready him. So it's a pretty good card to have, really, especially against weaker enemies. So we're gonna, let's see. I'm gonna play Faramir because he's such a good, handy card from the core set. We're also gonna play, let's see, Mithril Shirt. There's no point because he goes soon. Quest again. So 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 12, 13, 14, 15. We'll increase that. So 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 questing. That's a lot. Exhaust this, prevent that effect from happening. So 20 quest points. Place 3 damage each location. There isn't any. So 20 quests off that is more than enough to conquer this. I love this deck so much. It's so fun. Okay, so it gets a little bit tougher now. If you aren't prepared at this point, you've got a lot of allies out, a lot of defense ready. You're going to really struggle here. So we have the Gates of Moria. Pursued by evil wargs and foul weather, the company of the ring decides to enter the mines of Moria. As they seek the hidden gate, a foul creature seizes the ring bearer with one of its many gaping arms. So this is where we have the annoying as hell watching the water creature. So Doors of Durin is that's the location. This is what you know from the film where he has to guess the password, speak friend and enter as he reads. So multiplayer card effects, pros to place each other at a location for what we can place here. I think in this scenario we have 2 locations active at once. I'm pretty sure that's what it reads, so that's that. We also get the big bad watch in the water, which is really cool art. It's the big nasty tentacle octopus creature that gets Frodo. Massive enemy, 50 engagement cost, 5 threats, 6 attack, 5 defense, 12 health, indestructible. Use player card effects, can't leave the station area, but it's considered to be engaged with each player. If you can do 6 damage, you get the ring bearer back, exhausted, 1 damage on him, so you get to get Frodo back. So he's in the staging area, but he's engaged, so you can't avoid him really, attacks each turn, so he goes up here. So the ring bearer's gone. But you're supposed to place the ring bearer underneath watching the water, but it's just too messy, so get rid of the tokens. He's basically out the game for now, point to the side. There can be 2 active locations during travel phase. The players must travel to a location if able. After engage a player, place 1 damage to the location. If we explore Doors of Durin, we win the game, but it can only take 9 damage here before we lose. So we have to basically travel here quite well. So unfortunately, we can avoid the wargs, but this guy is engaged with us, so we kind of have to take damage from him, so we're going to take a lot of damage. We can't use Frodo's ability anymore, so we're just going to chump with one of our guys. So we're going to chump Defender Ramas, so 6. Exhaust character control. Oh, that's annoying. Okay, we're going to exhaust. Oh, it sucks. We'll exhaust Gildor. Defender Ramas is gone. So can we strike back? Can we strike back with this? We're going to ready up Merry with fast hitch. So we're going to deal damage here. We're going to deal at least 4. So we've only got 4, 5, 6, 7 damage with Merry. 11 damage with Gandalf. 12, 15, 14 damage with Bjorn. 17 damage with Boromir. 17 minus 5 is, I can't count, 12. Technically we killed this. Technically we've killed it. Wow, we've got Frodo back. Exhausted, 1 damage on him. We've got Frodo back in the game. Hey, there we go. Okay. We basically now just got a quest, because we have to quest as much as we can. You can't place progress here until I control the ring bearer, but luckily, because I had quite a lot of allies out and a lot of strength, Merry is the saving grace here, and having Gandalf was really good. We managed to get the ring bearer back, so we're going to ready up. We can't actually pay for Gildor anymore because Frodo has no resources on him, so Gildor goes. Ready up all these cards down here. We're going to get the resources on each character, wherever they are. Oh, it's over there. 5, threat by 1, and then 2 more because of Gandalf. We're still on 35 threats, so we're still okay so far. Draw a card. We have Gildor, another bit of Gildor and Glorian. So lost Gildor and Glorian, got Gildor and Glorian back. This is good because you can loot top 3 cards of your deck, switch on the cards of your hand, and return top 3 to any order. Basically, you get to manipulate your deck a little bit and change cards around, which is pretty fun. So we need to do some serious questing here. So we need to quest quite a lot. So we're going to play Ball and Butterbut for some more questing power. Can't do much else really. So we just need to quest. If we can quest for a load, it'll be okay. These won't attack, but he will, so we need to keep an enemy just in case open. So we're going to leave him open just in case. We'll exhaust Faramir again. So 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Boost of this. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Exhaust the ring to prevent that from happening. So 23. So location goes there. Actually, that's okay. So location goes there. So 23 minus that is more than enough. Yep, that's way more than enough location for there. Luckily, if that came out first, travel there. So if this came out before, we have to put that at location. So 2 locations would have to have enough to put progress on there. But because we have Faramir out and a really high willpower of the hobbits, we could push through and quest. Now this scenario is completed. It might have seemed quite easy, but I did a lot of trial and error. I tried to change the deck around a little bit, and if you have a slow deck or not many allies or not much defense, you really struggle here. If you can't the Watcher in the water. If you can't survive his attack, he's going to attack each round. If you can't survive the attacks from him, he's going to wreck your characters. 6 damage is too much. On our campaign, we flip it over. If Lust of Rings attached to a hero, we've earned that burden, which we didn't. Okay, so I think we earn all the boon. Got the boon cards in our deck, so we've got some more boon cards, and that's it for the road Darkens. First scenario, Ringo herself did really well. I think getting Bjorn in the first turn and Gandalf out early really helped, along with some good attachments. Fast Hitch, Saving Grace, having the willpower boost, having such a high willpower is really handy because I can just keep the hobbits back, the threat low, avoiding all the enemies, just going straight forward with willpower. If I need to take off an enemy, I can just engage them, ready up characters, and just pick them off one by one. And that's it for this scenario. Leave any comments you want to, any questions you need, just leave in the comments below. I'll happily answer them. Anything you want to see, any questions about the deck, any questions about the cards, any upcoming videos you want to see, any playthroughs, any decks, any cards you want to look at closely, let me know in the comments. Leave a like, if you subscribe, I'd appreciate that. And that's it. Thanks for watching this video.